Boku no Hero. That last page was phenomenal. I honestly, I don't even know what to call them. Like, the monstrous four. They're such beasts, I can't even say it. Deku, Ida, freaking Bakugo, and Todoroki. They're coming in like they own the place. And like, they run through it. And if you... Before I get into the greatness of this chapter, I want to point out how slick and awesome the drawing was. Like, Horikoshi, I know everyone says like Horikoshi's artwork keeps improving it by the week. But no, this chapter's art was phenomenal. It was like... if this artwork was like this constantly throughout the series, I'd be happy, because I love the artwork. The artwork was slick and it was just beautiful. Like, Horikoshi is a beast. I don't even care. And like, man, freaking hell, this chapter was amazing. So I'm guessing this kind of arc is like the summer training arc, because it's pretty cool with the pacing. I just realized this whole pacing was 1 year, I believe, or was it one term? Is it 1 term? Was it 1 term or 1 year? Either way. It was either 1 term or it was 1 year, but either way, the pacing's going pretty good. And this arc, well, the arc which is coming up against, it's not, like, you could say it's a training arc, but it's pretty much the summer camp arc, you could say. And it's awesome. Like, because I'm, basically, I can't even, I'm honestly speechless. This chapter was that good. Because the thing is, you look at the last bit of the page, and Ida, man, he's coming in like a beast, and his trousers just rip because of from the engines from his feet, and then Bakugo's coming in like that, and then freaking Deku's coming. I'm just like, when this gets animated, this will look amazing. So this chapter was like the death flag's up there. Honestly, when All Might dies, I am gonna be sad. When the man dies, I don't want him to die, but it's pretty much set in stone. Like, he's got 1 foot in the grave, pretty much. Because they were just saying, All Might and the police cop, they were just like saying, we will retrieve one for all this time. And he was just like, yeah, this time. So, part of me thinks like they're that the way, maybe it was just a translation or something, but it kind of felt like they want to take All for One's power, the ability to take people's quirks and give out. Because if that's pretty awesome. If they do take the quirk, why would they want to take someone All for One's quirk, especially a quirk as villainous as that? So I don't know why they want to do something like that, but we don't know. Either way, All Might, man, the death flags are up. The death flags are truly up, and it's just sad. Like, if All Might dies, what's Deku gonna do? Like, how he'd react as well. So, with like the magic beasts, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I would have never thought something like that would happen in Boku no Hero, and I'm hyped because it just looks awesome. The magic beasts, the forest they're in, and then they're running through, and that it's awesome. If they don't get there by 12:30, if they don't get to the camp, they're not eating. Straight as, like, these teachers, they're no joke. Honestly, like, they've got no chill whatsoever, because they know the severity of the villains that are coming. Not just Shigaraki, not just Black Mist or Stain, but One for All. And there's probably other villains on that same level of strength as One for All, or maybe of One for All's cohorts. Because bear in mind, One for All is like Shigaraki and all of them. They're like the students of One for All. So One for All might have some allies who are as strong. And Deku, Bakugo, Class A, Class B, they're the next generation of heroes. So they need to be tried and tested, especially Class A, because like, only some of them has had a villain. Only some of them has fought villains. Not everyone. Well, the whole class kind of did with the Villain Alliance, but with Stain and that, it's only been pretty much Deku, Ida, Bakugo, and Todoroki. They're the 4 that's had the most amount of time with villains, like the most amount of training, and they're the most adept with their quirk, especially in battle-orientated situations. So, but the majority of the class hasn't. So the whole class needs to get fleshed out, and I do think the characters will get fleshed out. Of course, it's Boku no Hero. Horikoshi will dive into those other characters. Like, even some of the character development was mad. Like, we're seeing Mineta, Great Boy, running straight through. Like, if it was a couple of chapters ago, or like 20, 30 chapters ago, he would have not done that. Even though it was just because he wanted to pee, bear in mind. But still, it's the fact that he ran, even without crying or scared or anything. It just shows like the characters are awesome. They're not stagnant. They're not just bland and like curved characters. No. They got depth to them. and they're awesome. So we found out new three kind of heroes, and that little kid, I feel like that kid's just gonna be a beast, and he's gonna be like the boss battle. Like you go through the other two, and then you're gonna get him. Like these girls, I believe one of those girls' quirks are creating the beasts. I don't know what the other one is gonna do, what her quirk could be, but I'm just hyped because these beasts, like I'm guessing she can create it out of the ground, out of any materials, because that's awesome. Because we find out that Kuda can even control it because it was not animate, it was inanimate. It weren't alive. It was just like matter. So that was just so beast as well, and just how they come in like punching through, and it was just like amazing. Honestly, like I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next chapter. So with like Shigaraki and that. I was glad how all of that happened. And the police couldn't find nothing. We don't know what All Might was doing. All Might said he had to fill out an errand. I'm hoping, part of me thinks that's just like, Horikoshi just said that, just to fill in the blanks. But also part of me thinks that he was actually filling out an errand, and it might be some greatness. Might be something secret that we can't find out yet. So if it is, then I wonder what that can be. What errand All Might was doing, where he couldn't actually have came to get Shigaraki, but either way, it doesn't matter. In this chapter, Deku kind of hints it. Like Deku kind of assumes that. Also we can kind of assume that Shigaraki was left. Like All Might didn't get to save him. That's what I think. That's part of Shigaraki's backstory. Like, and none of the heroes came to save him. And we see how All Might even says it, like saying how, like, of course he can't save it, and of course it hurts him. But by him putting that smile, he sets fire in the hearts of villains, heroes, and civilians, showing that he's the true symbol of peace. That he does have the motivation to save everyone, and he will do it in a flash. So that's just greatness. Just chapter. I'm satisfied with this chapter. This chapter was phenomenal. I cannot wait till next week for the greatness of the monstrous four, Ida, Deki, Todoroki, and Bakugo. What I really want to see, I want to see Bakugo get fleshed out a bit more, because, mainly, I want to see more of Bakugo and Ida, because Ida, obviously he had his kind of redemption in that arc with Stain, but we kind of seen Deku and Todoroki, they've had their full outs, and they've had their character development, they've had, they know their quirks quite adeptly, and they're good in battle-oriented situations. But Ida not so much, but Bakugo, yes, but Bakugo hasn't had much villain time. That's the thing. Even though Bakugo's still a beast, and he's just like a prodigy, he's just a genius. I still want to see him, I want to see what he can do against all these kind of people. And I do hope they're going to be fighting these heroes at the end. Like, you get through the beasts, you get through the forest, then you have to take out those guys. So, Shinigami-san, tell me in the comment below what you thought of this chapter, Boku no Hero chapter 70. Amazing chapter. And I'll see you next week for chapter 71. See ya.